Yes, everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves. We're here for a match preview. It does feel like ages since we've done one of these, but it was the Liverpool game the last time, which has been almost 2 weeks now. I think it has.
Yeah,
Is it?
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. Which is crazy how quick that's gone. Is it 2 weeks or is it a week? It's only a week, isn't it? Liverpool last week.
Liverpool. It was a Friday, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I think it was last week. But
Maybe
yeah.
like 10 days, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I don't know. It's gone
Yeah.
ridiculous. Well, it feels like it. 21st. Yeah, it's only a week. This time last week we played
Christmas
Liverpool.
has come and gone though, so
Mate,
you
yeah,
know.
that's it. But we're going to be previewing Wolves' visit to Wembley Stadium to face off against Tottenham Hotspur. It's Dave. I'm joined alongside Ewan. Ewan, before we kick off, how are you? How was Christmas as well, man?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Christmas was good. Nice little rest. How about you?
Yeah, good. It's gone too
good.
quickly though, man. It's gone too quickly.
It has.
We're back in action though, away from home. Second game in London in the last week, and of course, Wolves are going to be taking on Tottenham, the first team that we're going to be playing twice this season. Obviously now we're halfway through the season. I saw a stat, Ewan, as well, that said if we sort of almost replicate our points tally for the first half of the season, if we had that points total last year, we would have finished 8th, 2 places off Europe, which
That's incredible, really.
is a really good stat as well. Talk about stats, we'll move on to the preview match stats and the match facts. It'll be the 10th time Wolves and Spurs play against each other in the Premier League. And Spurs have won 5 of the last 9, and Wolves have won 2, and the other 2 were draws. Wolves are winless in the 5 Premier League games against Spurs since recording a 1-0 win in 2010 at Molineux. Tottenham have been defeated in just 1 of their last 12 home games against Wolves in all competitions. They're unbeaten in their last 39 Premier League games against newly promoted teams. Last time they lost was to QPR in April 2012. And Spurs have scored at least 5 goals in their last 2 Premier League games. They beat Everton 6-2, Bournemouth 5-0, and they never previously scored 5+ goals in 3 consecutive top flight games. I hope they don't score 5 goals tomorrow anyway. Let's move on to a positive stat for Wolves, though. Wolves are unbeaten in Premier League games in London this season, winning 2, which were against, let me try and think, Palace and West Ham. Yeah, drawn the other 2 against Arsenal and Fulham, and they've won 3 of their last 6 Premier League games in their capital, drawing 2 and losing 1. There are plenty of stats I'm looking at here which are very Spurs related, so we'll leave those. But Ewan, coming off the back of the game against Fulham, Wolves obviously kicked off this month with 3 wins. Unfortunately lost to Liverpool, but it wasn't the worst of displays. However, the game against Fulham, it almost seemed like a little bit of a Christmas hangover, and although we had a lot of the ball, we may have just about got away with that one.
Yeah, I think almost a game of 2 halves again. First half, I don't think we were at the races at all. I thought we, again, gave them too much time on the ball. I thought Moutinho was fantastic the entire game, to be fair. I don't think he was at fault for anything. But the second half, yeah, we did seem to change it a bit. Cavallero came on and, again, injected a bit of pace, a bit of movement into that front 3, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that aspect again of just scoring goals. We just cannot score goals. We're getting these chances, but we just can't score. And I'm pretty sure Nuno and the guys will look at that in January and try and sort that out. But yeah, it's just that factor of scoring more goals.
Yeah, it is weird because I think I said it on the Fulham review that it seems to be every match day or every game week comes and goes, and opinions of everyone just shifts from side to side. So
yeah,
1 week we say we need new defenders, the next week we say we need a new attackers, and then the next week Raul Jimenez puts in a quality performance, and then obviously the question's gone again. But
there's always a scapegoat as well. That's the annoying thing about
If I think the perfect thing for Wolves is obviously we played with that 5-2-3 or whatever it was, or 5-3-2. So if you're going to be playing 2 central strikers like he's tried to do with Adama and Raul, if they're going to bring in a new striker, that's perfect for Raul because he's going to have a new striker to play off rather than someone who's a winger like Cavallero or Adama that's not really going to be used to it. So I think maybe that's what we're going to be seeing further forward if we do bring in another forward, because I think it'd be unfair to drop Jimenez at the moment.
I do think so, but I think with the whole Adama thing as well, I'd like to see more as a winger. More as a winger and out wide. I don't know. I feel like he just offers so much more. Or if we are going to play him in that more forward role, why don't we tailor our game to his game a bit more and maybe hit some balls over the top for him to chase, like we did at Cardiff that game. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we can work on with him and with other players in the team. But I do think, especially with Adama, he needs more time on the pitch as well. I don't think 45 minutes is helping him at all.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's one of them.
The inconsistent minutes definitely isn't helping him out. And you're correct with him being central. He's not getting a lot of the ball, especially in that game against Fulham when they were sitting so deep. That rules out any chance of a ball over the top. To be fair, Liverpool and Fulham have coped with him very, very well. But he always seemed to get a lot more of the ball when he played on the wings. Although he's been used as a scapegoat over the last 2 games. He's not actually got a lot of the ball, if I'm being honest.
No,
he's not had a lot of the ball. So if you can get him on the wings, similar to what Cavallero did at half-time, came on, played a lot wider, and that's where a lot of our chances got created from. But yeah, that was Wolves. But Ewan, Spurs, they've been on fire at the moment, and with Man City dropping points, all of a sudden Spurs are potentially in the title picture, which would be nothing short of a miracle. The lack of signings that they've brought in, the lack of money they've spent on the playing squad. We're going to be playing at Wembley for the first time, at the new Wembley. First time at Wembley at all since, I think it was the Sherpa Van Trophy win. Yeah. Of course, many fans would have wanted this opportunity to wait until we were in like a cup final or something. But, I mean, it's going to be a massive, massive game for Wolves. Can you see Nuno and Wolves derail this current Spurs form? Can Wolves get anything out of this game? And if they can, what do they need to do?
Yeah, well, I saw Pochettino say that they're not a title contender, they're a title intruder or something like that, which I thought was interesting. And obviously they've been scoring goals for fun at the moment, haven't they?
Yeah.
So it's one of those games where it's perfect for Wolves to go and get a result. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go for a 1-1 personally. Obviously, I know they're scoring a lot of goals at the moment, and we're not really scoring too many goals. But I've just got a feeling that we're going to take the game to them and give them a good game. I think with the first game, though, at home, we did show them just too much respect, too much time on the ball, and we just didn't close them down quick enough. I think the midfield was poor that game. Yeah. Was it Sissoko was against Neves or Martini? I can't remember. It was the midfield battle was a bit, up in the air.
Yeah.
And I thought Lamela as well was fantastic during that first home game. But I noticed he didn't play against Bournemouth the last game. I don't think he played. No, he didn't play. So I'll be interested to see if he does play and if he comes on, how we cope with him. But yeah, his off the ball movement and stuff was fantastic that first game. So we've just got to be careful with that. And Son as well, he's on fire at the moment, isn't he as well? So yeah, I'm gonna go for the 1-1. But it could either go 3-4-5 again if we're not careful. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the 1-1.
Well, yeah, I mean, we said, what was it, off the back of sort of 7 or 8 defeats or 7 or 8 games without a win, that it'd be sod's law that we go up against Chelsea and get a win. As you say, Spurs have been on fire at the moment. I put on Twitter that I can honestly see them really upsetting Liverpool and City, and
it'd be good.
Yeah, if they can do anything this season, it'd be fantastic. I don't mind Spurs. I mean, they gave us a really good game at Molineux last time. As you say, I think that Neves and Matinho in that game.
Yeah.
I don't think struggled, but that was one of the games, against the big teams, you expect a little bit of time and space, and they struggled with that a little bit sometimes.
The trouble is, in that game, we didn't really sort of, I don't know, it didn't seem to click till about that 65th minute or 66th minute when, was it Neves scored that first penalty, I think, or was it, Neves scored the penalty and then Jimenez. I can't remember. I think it was Neves, yeah. But before that, it was just flat the entire game, and we just showed them too much respect. So we can't start off slow tomorrow. We've got to be straight in there and trying to push them as high as possible.
Yeah, I think at Wembley as well, if we could get off to a great start, the fans would be fantastic. It'll be interesting to see what the atmosphere is like. It's such a big stadium as well. Pretty sure Wolves have sold out their allocation, so it'll be great to see all the fans there as well.
Yeah.
Danger men for Spurs are you, and you've got, as you say, a few names we've mentioned. Son. I'm not sure if Dele Alli is going to be available.
I think he's still injured, isn't he?
But you've got the likes of Harry Kane. I mean, it's
Eriksen.
The thing for Spurs is, when Kane was struggling a little bit, and there was no one else there supporting him to score the goals, and now all of a sudden they're getting all these goal-scoring players come in, and that's why they're launching themselves up the table as well.
Exactly. That was another thing I was going to mention. They're not just relying on one player this season, are they? They're sharing the goals about. I mean, Lucas Moura has scored recently. Obviously, Son, Ericsson, Kane. So they're not relying on that one player, which does bode well for them for the second half of the season.
Yeah, and they brought in Kyle Walker-Peters as well in the last game.
Exactly.
Smashed 3 assists,
Yeah.
so big for him. But big, obviously, I think it's coming to a point in his career where he really needs to try and break into a team somewhere. And
First team spot, yeah.
Obviously, that sort of performance definitely does him a lot of favours. But regarding Wolves, Ewan, Romain Saiss has been on very good form in the last few games, hasn't he? Been man of the match, arguably the last 2 games for Wolves. Of course, getting the equaliser late on. Loves a Boxing Day goal. He said that himself after scoring the goal against Millwall last year as well.
2 different goals though.
Yeah, that's it. But very interestingly, obviously Neves dropped for the game against Fulham. Do you see Nuno bringing him back in for the game against Spurs tomorrow?
It's an interesting one because, like we said again, he didn't do great in the first fixture at home. So I'd probably keep it as it is for now. And again, I'd start Adama. I know it's one of these interesting debates, but I'd start Adama, but bring Cavallero on maybe the 60th minute. Is Jota fit for tomorrow? Do we know?
No, Jota's out tomorrow.
Definitely out. Okay.
I was going to mention that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably keep the same team. Start Adama. Just try and give him something to work with this game. And yeah, I'd probably keep it the same.
Yeah, I mean, if Adama's going to work in any game, Spurs more than likely going to be playing quite a high line, perhaps. I'm not going to say this one's a free hit like we do normally say against the big boys, because I genuinely think Wolves could have a chance with some of the football that we've been playing this season. But if Spurs are going to come to Wembley, it's quite a big pitch as well. If we could play, these long balls over the top and so on. I'm just trying to have a quick look at how, the back 4 that Spurs have played the last few games. I mean, looking at their form.
It's Rose, Alderweireld, Foyth and Walker-Peters.
Is Foyth still in there?
Yeah, Foyth was in there for that last game. So, I mean, it's not the fastest, is it? It's Rose, obviously he's got pace. I'm not sure if Walker-Peters is he too fast of a player. I'm not too sure. But Alderweireld, I know he's not rapid, is he?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, if not, I know against Everton, Sanchez played, Davinson Sanchez, Trippier played as well. So, I mean, they've got a few options at the back there. I know Jimenez and co caused Trippier a few issues last time. Obviously, Foyth gave away 2 penalties on it. Or was it Foyth for both? I know he definitely gave away 1.
No, I think it was for both.
Yeah, and that was his Premier League debut. Still, despite him having a big chunk of games now, still an inexperienced centre-half as such. So, there's definitely opportunities there. And if you're going to be bringing on or wanting to play a play like Adama Traore, it might be a good time now if they start Walker-Peters, who probably is within a shout, and Foyth on that same side. You put anyone that's got a bit of pace or skill about them, and it could cause those two a few problems anyway. Ewan, quickly predicted lineup. Obviously, Patricio and goal. We're sticking with the same back 3. Does Bennett still get the nod for you?
Yeah, I'd keep Bennett in there. Like I said, I'd just keep it the exact same as last game. Keep Neves on the bench, maybe just for this week. But we don't know. In training, he might have had a really good week, and Nuno might see something different for this game. But yeah, I'd just keep it the exact same as last game.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same. If not, I think Neves may come in for Moutinho. It'd be very, very harsh to drop Saiss out of the team, or he may go with the same sort of style that he did against Liverpool, where he drops Morgan and brings Neves back in, which I don't think is the worst idea in the world. However, I don't think Moutinho suited that more advanced role. So if he's going to play that, I think he has to play quite a flat middle 3 and just try and get the ball up to Adama and Raul as much as possible. But score prediction, I think you said 1-1, didn't you, Ewan?
Yeah, I'm going to go for 1-1. Again, I think it could either be a close game or a Spurs romp again, a 3-4-1 or something like that. But I'm going to go for the 1-1, positive. Yeah,
I think I'll match you on there. You got to be positive. I don't think we've ever maybe bet against Wolves on these previews, maybe once or twice. Never do. But Spurs on red hot form at the moment. It's going to be a really good and interesting game tomorrow at Wembley. If you go in, let us know in the comment section down below. Let us know your thoughts. Who would you start? Your score prediction as well, and your thoughts on how you think it's going to go. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Hopefully you enjoyed your Christmas, and if you go into the game, enjoy it. If not, enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see you all very, very soon.